Hey guys, welcome back. I am very excited to be bringing you more Katawa Shoujo. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to put out videos the last few days or weeks or however long it's been. I'm not sure, but I've been working pretty much every single day and I've had family stuff going on, so I haven't really found a time to record that much, so I'm sorry about that, but I have time today. I have a few hours dedicated just to this, so hopefully I can either make the videos a little bit longer, or I can make them the same length and just put out a few more than I normally do. Either way, you're going to get about an hour, maybe 2 hours worth of videos, because this is the session that I'm going to be doing right now. But yeah, I'm in a lot better position than I was in the last 3 videos, because the last few I was up in my bedroom just sitting on the bed, but I found a nice desk in my basement and I turned it into a little bit of a little recording area that I have off to myself. I have a desk over here, a little bit over to the right. I have my Xbox, I have my TV, my speakers, all my other game systems. Then I got my drum set over here. I got just a bunch of random stuff, but it's a nice little area that I can just sit around and record some videos, watch some videos, play some games, and yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm going to get back to where these are just past ones I didn't feel like deleting. Maybe they were like scenes that I liked or something, I don't know, I don't remember. But here we go. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that, indeed, it's me who's supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. My voice sounds a little different. I have a little bit of a sore throat right now, but hopefully it doesn't really affect anything too much. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too, so far. This place seems to be more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. That's not very nice. I think back to my talk with Kenji. Okay, yeah, Kenji is an exception. So is Misha. So she's... Okay, I guess you're right, never mind. Well, let me go back. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. No, they're not. They're not. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? I just told you. What do people do? Be crazy? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to me. Jeez, that face is always so weird to me. Who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. I do that during class when I'm bored. I have a little bit of OCD. She does not look very happy, does she? Ah ha ha! Sorry, Sachan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hichan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever.
So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too.
Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Wahahaha! I don't know, Her-chan. The truth is it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. Jeez. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Yeah. Yay! Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Aren't you in the middle of class? Why are you... Jeez. Whatever. Too loud, I can see see, there you go. Too loud, I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Jeez. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, isn't that what all festivals are pretty much about? I don't really care the meaning behind them. I just want to eat stuff and play stuff. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long-winded pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at Jesus. Is he gonna beat us? I mean, I know Mutao's a nice guy, but I don't know if this is science class or not. I don't know any of the other teachers. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hi-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? I thought we were talking about the festival. Oh, never mind, whatever. It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. Where you going, Hanako? Doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl too. Why doesn't he say anything? Hi-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, if you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Come on, man. Stand up. Don't get involved with these crazy people. Just talk, say your mind. If you said what was on your mind, because the amount of stuff that you say in your mind, you say like 3 words every half an hour, but you talk to yourself nonstop. Just say what you're thinking. Do you want to have lunch together then? I don't, but apparently Hisao does. Sure. Yep. Yay! Wahahaha! Okay, Hi-chan, perfect! The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we were only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Well, to her it is. I thought that would have been clear by now. ... Yes, it is, Hi-chan. Seriously, Kenji says something at some point about psychic spies. Clearly, Misha is psychic, because this is the second time that I haven't said anything out loud, and she knows exactly what I'm thinking. Impossible. You don't even think about that she just heard what you said, or maybe you did say it because I don't know, because Hisao, you're stupid, whatever. Really? Sorry about that. Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune? I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful not to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, then it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. Yeah, it is, obviously. Seriously. Put two and two together, man. I never noticed before how dark her blue eyes are. It's truly unalluring. Those are not that... They're more purple. They're kind of grayish, actually. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure. Ha 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 ha! You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence and my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. That's actually really... Wah ha 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 ha! Shizune pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Dun, 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 dun. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. You should have, that way you don't have to deal with them. Yeah, jeez. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Question mark? Ah ha ha ha, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Well, tea room, cafeteria, Shanghai, roof. It's really only the places you can eat, or classroom, you know, the other classroom, whatever. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom, eating in classroom, singular, or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hichan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Dot dot dot. Right, Hichan, okay. I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hichan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right, Hichan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hichan, it's a really popular club. Ah, okay. But more to the point, Hichan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great, that's great, Hichan, really great. Ah ha 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 ha. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hichan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there's one other thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Aww, she's cute, but I still don't like her. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice whatever she says. That's what gets me confused. I can never tell if it's actually Misha talking, or if it's Shizune talking. I know half the time it is Shizune, but Ha 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 ha, Right. Hichan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, and I don't want that. Shichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shichan's the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, again, Shizune quickly adjusts her... Oh, never mind. It was Shizune. They're both psychic. Who cares? Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. ... Ha ha ha! Of course, we're not trying to get you to join the... I'm sorry, guys. I'm having really trouble reading today for some reason. not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that... No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course it would be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council still shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yup, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? No, I don't. I really do not. I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be... I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm having such trouble. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. She was cuter with long blonde hair that she used to have, but... Well... ... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No! Aw, see, Hichan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yup, that's right, though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me candy now. You're betting on it? Hey, my life's not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Wahahaha! That's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. Would you like to play a game? That's not what I said. How about Rich Man, Poor Man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. I don't even know what Rich Man, Poor Man is. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yup. Yeah, that isn't my goal, so... But what this means is that both of you can team up, and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. I need to go look up what Rich Man, Poor Man is. I'm gonna probably put some text around the screen, maybe, if it's not too long. Probably, like, up here, I'll write what Rich Man, Poor Man is, if it's not too long of an explanation. Because I've never heard of that before. Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? I mean... Sorry, I don't care. It's hard to tell where Shizune's influences ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. That is... terrible. No. No! How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man, Poor Man? I suck at paper football, so no. Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other team plays with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, not really. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hichan. Wahahaha! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. Or like just the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you two know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Hahaha. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me to join the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even know anybody who is a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha. I don't, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Yes, it would. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? See, this game actually, I knew what Risk was before, but this game actually introduced me to Risk, to actually go out and buy it. Because I used to have some board game, I think it was Risk, maybe it was, I don't know, it was probably Stratego or something, down in my basement. But I lost the board, so I just went out and bought, it was $40 for this board game. But I started playing it, and it's a lot simpler than I thought. I thought Risk was like really confusing and complicated, but it's really simple. And I found out that I have terrible luck with dice throwing because I always lose. But yeah, if you get a group of friends, you should definitely try out Risk. It's really fun, especially if you have a lot of people. It lasts a really long time, and it's really like a fun game to play with friends. So you should check it out. I don't know what that is. Sorry. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. ... Really, Hichan? We can play just for fun, Hichan. Hichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wahahaha! I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Well, see ya. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be too nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? It doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Wahahaha! What's wrong, Hichan? That's right. We're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I cannot wait until I don't have to deal with these people anymore, and I don't have to do Misha's voice anymore, because that's really hurting my voice. I don't know, Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Hichan says that when their life is threatened. Oh dear. People have known to show the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. See, me and Hisao are on the same page here. Something's not right. Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. You little bitch. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side, as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and a bookshelf stacked with old school records and documents, not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something, but the most noticeable things that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean no one else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hichan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha ha ha, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it onto the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agree to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from 2 fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hichan wants to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Hichan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. It's a good deal right there. Australia is one of the countries that you want to have. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. Anyway, no! Hichan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who would spare your people if you agreed to join the student council. Ha 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 ha! You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what that word means or how it's signed. So she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Ah, wait, please slow down, Hichan. Hichan says that you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay, yeah. Those eyes of hers shine like childlike mischief. Look at that face, that's so creepy. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't.